Hey, it's CJ Miller. It's Shreveport, Louisiana. There are helicopters flying all over. Across the Red River is beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. And it is the 4th of July, 2025. Let's see, I had some people over, just a couple of people. And we had actually way more chicken than I have any business buying from a chicken shack. Texas Church's chicken or whatever, Church's whatever. And then, some stuff. And then, of course, one of the guests was vegan, so we'd gotten her a salad with no meat and a couple of little things. But they did forget to put some of the side orders in the order, so my fault for not double checking. But anyway, aside from that, it was a good day. I'm making my way towards the riverfront. The fireworks will probably start before I get there. They're going to start right as soon as it gets dark. I've got maybe a 10 or 15 minute walk ahead of me, and maybe about 10 or 15 more minutes before it's pitch, and that's when they start the fireworks, when it gets like really dark. So, but as I'm walking, we'll hear all the way around. Okay, so yeah, I was really just going to try to see from my balcony, but I remember one of these years, I was down here. Well, it's the first year, so it's been a couple of years. I tried to watch the 4th of July from my balcony, and all I could see was, I could see some of them, and then some of the show was blocked by the taller buildings. Whereas there's a rockets on the red display that the riverboats do, the casinos. And I can have a clear view of them as they're up in the sky. But where the fireworks, the 4th of July, they do them. And every year they pick a slightly different location. But when they do them downtown, my view gets obstructed. So anyway, my goal is to walk over to the river and see what's up. I was really just going to sit at home with my company, but I fed them up. One of them started snoozing. I love that. I love to feed people and they get comfortable enough to lay back and take a nap or something. That's a well-fed person that can take a nap after that, or someone who's just really tired. Anyway, but yeah. But they decided to head out, and so I decided to head over. Okay, let me pause the video because I really want to book it, to get in or out of sight. P.S. I did feel guilty about the amount of carbs that I ate. Me walking will help burn it off. Walking, how I'm going to kind of sprint. But yeah, actually I think I'm going to approach it from the Milam side, or whatever street this is. I was saying the other day, I used to know all the streets, all the street names, and the cross downtown by heart. Now I just kind of use landmarks. So this might actually be Travis Street. I think it is. Hello. So as I'm walking around downtown, any given time, I'll see people who live outdoors you know, and I see no reason to ever be hostile or mean to someone who's just out here, you know, trying to survive. Oh, it is Travis Street. And some of them go to some of the, you know, the community events that I might go to, you know. And so it's just good natured to be cordial towards people, or to say hello or not, or you don't have to be afraid of somebody because they live a different way than you do. I hear fireworks, but that's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is coming from this direction, coming from that direction, about a block or so over, and it's still too light for it. Once it gets so dark out here that you really can't see without the lights, that's when they're going to start the fireworks. I'll probably get about 5 or 6 more minutes. We'll see if I can get there. Okay, video pause. So just as I'm approaching this Texas Street and Marshall intersection, this is Marshall? Yes, I think. Anyway, like I said, no, McNeil Street. Okay, so as I'm approaching this corner, it's getting dark, really darker. And so maybe I'll be down there just in time to see the start of this thing. And I don't have to be, hey, how you doing? I don't have to be right on the fireworks. I just need to be beyond the tall buildings that are blocking the obstruction. And then we'll have a pretty good show. And we do all right here. The best 4th of July show I ever saw. And as in my mind as a kid, maybe it was much bigger than I remember, but it was in the St. Mary Parish region. When I was, it's the very first one that we went to, and I was maybe 7 years old by that time. And I don't know if it was in Morgan City or Amelia, which is like right next to it. Small little bitty, not even a dot on the map. Or some of the other stuff that's around there. But we went to this 4th of July fireworks thing, and it was such a wonderful, fun time. And then what happened after, see, I kind of want to get beyond this Regions building, and that's only a block up, so fingers crossed I make it. But either way, it's going to be a fun show. But yeah, this thing when I was a kid, 7 years old or whatever, I saw they took the fireworks at the very end and did like their flourishy finale, and it looked like the American flag in fireworks, complete with 50 stars. It was well planned, and whoever did that was an artist to literally create a picture in the sky that actually is not just like, you know, abstract, but an actual real, and it looked gorgeous. And it was of fireworks making this, and it was such a huge display in the sky that any number of things could have went wrong with it and it not looked good. But to me, in my little mind, it was so you know. So we have filled up on basically what is Church's Chicken. I was going to try to do Southern Classic, but we just happened to be on the side of town where there was a Texas Church's, so we did that. Texas Church's Chicken, formerly Church's Chicken. So there was the Great Chicken War, I guess. Robot Chicken War, I don't know. It was chicken franchise wars, and you had KFC, which is also owned by Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Those three are probably other things too, but those three are in the same conglomerate. And then there was Church's Chicken, and then of course there's the locally owned, the more smaller venues. But Mrs. Winters had the biggest chicken. Church's coming in pretty damn close. Okay, so, oh, and by the way, if you go to Church's Chicken in New Orleans, the chicken at Church's Chicken or whatever is somewhat substandard. And the reason why is that the home of Popeye's Chicken, of course, is New Orleans. So I'll get into more of that in a minute. But sometime in the 80s, Popeye's Chicken bought Church's Chicken. And so that's why, by comparison, Church's Chicken in New Orleans is going to be smaller because Popeye's is out of New Orleans and is not going to be outdone in their home city. Aside from that, it's just, you know what they don't have at Popeye's? Spinach of any kind. Ironic, huh? Not even a spinach fry or rice with spinach or greens or anything. Nothing. So, anyway, and that was their Popeyes, the cartoon was their mascot when they first came out. So, go figure. We're down here at the what's called the Bukowski Bridge of Lights, but it's also, it's going to get noisy. But it's also the Texas Street Bridge in Shreveport. It's also known as the Long Island Bridge or whatever. It's a bridge of many names. My point is, for many decades, for decades, I thought that Popeyes, with all these people trying to park for this, that's why I love living downtown. I thought that Popeyes and Church's were competitors. They're parked right across the street from each other, often on opposing corners, you know, in the same way that McDonald's and BK would be. And the truth is, a lot of these major franchises, the brand name may be in opposition of each other, but they get a lot of their food products from the same distributors, the same processing centers, the same, you know. So, yes, they're opposing each other. Not Church's and Popeyes. They, like, Popeyes owns Church's Chicken, Texas. It still does. Doesn't even matter if they rebrand it. Texas Church's Chicken is owned by Popeyes. So, but even opposing chicken, you know, they all come from the same. You know, we found this out during COVID when they had to shut down a few of the processing plants for the meat, and it's like, you know, meat went sparse, especially chicken. There you go. That should tell you how maybe we're not getting our nutrition from one monopoly, but how we are getting our nutrition from a small few different companies, just small enough to not make it a monopoly. Like when Ma Bell was a big phone company monopoly, and they made them break it up. Remember that? Some of y'all were like, wow. But then what happened was, you gotta stop. I'm supposed to be able to walk for free. They don't give a damn. But at least I can do is hurry the hell up if I'm gonna. Okay, so cool. I'm glad I made it. Look, if they haven't started, if we've either missed them or they haven't started them yet, and I don't think they've started them. So, I wasn't gonna come down here, but I had enough time. Anyway, we're back to what I was talking about. Look how sweaty I am now. I burned some calories, not nearly as much as I ate. We get our nutrition from a small few companies, and maybe they're too few, and maybe they're not small enough. Think about it. If something happens and they have to shut down food delivery to half of the country because of another major national disaster or something, maybe that's by design, maybe it's not by accident, maybe that is a way that food can be rationed if the need arises. Because they've done that before. World War II, World War I, maybe some other wars, I don't know. Yeah. So much for free enterprise and all that. So I'm gonna keep this video going, but what I'm gonna do is pause it as soon as I get across this monstrous bit of traffic down here. They're braking, I'm gonna brake with them.
I just talked to Rosalind, took a picture with her. Rosalind, y'all ain't it? They stopped, took a picture with me.
Okay, let me pause this. I hear music, food trucks, everything, so I have no idea. They always have a concert down here. Whenever they do it here, I don't know about when they do it in other parts of the town. Oh, who's gonna come to the Red River Revel and play? And we just saw her concert like not that long ago. You can scroll back through my YouTube and find the concert footage. Pam Tillis. My sister loved her, so we went to the concert, and so yeah. And then of course we'll get to see her again. This time for the price of a festival ticket. Although her concerts, it wasn't that expensive anyway. I made it. I'm awesome. Food trucks and stuff too. "15 minutes. I'm definitely going to pause this.
But we have, I'm Rebecca. I'm with Shreveport Regional Arts Council.
They do this first Friday of every month.
Class that teaches students how to program the lights on the bridge to music. And we would love to show you one from a recent graduate, Braylon Bryan. And he has a show that we're going to show you. It's incredible. So please take a look to your left at the bridge and enjoy.
Let me get down here. And it will go on all month, by the way.
You see the bridge right there?
There's a tree in the way, but it looks clever.
Netflix welcomes you to Beyonce Bowl.
Don't want to not watch your feet coming down these stairs.
The innocence was gone astray. My home early age, as a mama brain, as a daddy grind on my tender problems.
Lots of people.
Spend on tea summers and I'm not in my bed. On the back of the bus and I'm bunk with the bed. Going so hard, gotta choose myself.
Oh my God, this vocalist needs his Xanax.
Still, you know my life, you know. Only God knows, only God knows, only God knows. 15
light show. I could have jumped, but there were a lot of people. You know. Nothing to see here, nothing creepy, just a guy stalking with the video camera. Just relax. Let's try this. I think that's the start of it. I'm looking to the left, and that's the light show of the bridge. Oh my God, why was I so zoomed in? The fireworks will be somewhere in that vicinity. I will be here. There we go. Huh. Well, we'll be seeing this pattern on the bridge all month. The moon is giving us quite a bit of show. I love the moon. I guess they've got some barges on the river. And whatever. Oh, that's a flag. Okay, I haven't seen that before, even down here at other displays. You know, when I was a little kid, you could not get me this close to a fireworks show. I would have, as a child, I would have had an absolute freak out panic. You got me anything closer to maybe a mile away. Like I wanted to be able to see them from a far, far distance. I mean, it freaked me out. Loud noises. I still don't like them, but I'm okay now. I also don't like large crowds or anything, but a lot of my people don't. But if I know that I'm here with a purpose and I know what I'm here for, and there's a sense of familiarity, like this is kind of, I'm so down here all the time, this is kind of my territory. It's an extension of my home. And so I'm very comfortable down here. But I understand why others might not be. A lot of people down here. Not too far over in that direction is Barksdale Air Force Base. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get any flyovers or anything like that. Probably not. There goes our bridge. Having spasms. And there's some really cool things there that I will check out on the way when I leave the venue. I guess that was the light show because now it's not lit. Aha. I think these people reckon 15 minutes a little bit differently than I do. They are behind. The announcer said 15 minutes about 30 minutes ago. So they're definitely not military. Military are precise. But the anticipation, right, builds, creates energy. Sometimes it's a really awesome thing to really have that anticipation, like at a concert or a positive venue or something. Other times, not so much. It creates a panic or a frenzy. So, yeah. Choose this tactic wisely. We got golf carts and everything. Sword fighting. I did not need to run or jog or walk to get down here. I could have slowly crawled. No Pledge of Allegiance? What the fuck? Woo! That's the Whitney Houston version, I think. Still. Of the national anthem. Yeah. I don't think that's the definitive version of the song. For a moment, I'm like, I smell smoke. I'm so goofy sometimes. I could just do that. No! Who sanctioned this playlist? The Army? I think the Army did sanction this playlist. This is one of their fight songs. take out the song, it's The Army Goes Rolling Along. Now I feel like I should have my kazoo. But the roses up here, they don't work anymore, I guess, but they will obstruct a good view of fireworks in the sky. You know what would be hilarious? Some Gilbert and Sullivan right about now. They should play some Star Wars Imperial theme music. Oh, this one. This must be getting close to finale because they love this fucking song here. Curious lyric. Who gladly wants to defend anything? I mean, with gladness? I don't think that's the right word. Willingness, maybe? But gladness? I am a patriot, but this is just not my song. But it's better than the military anthems we were getting before. Yeah, I want to go check out this way. Momentarily, like in a little bit, I'm going to pause the video as I walk home. But yeah, if you watched, thanks for watching the fireworks with me. And thanks for enduring my commentary. Sometimes I just couldn't help it. It's because I think I was a little cranked out because I pretty much jogged over here to make sure I got here in time. But I really wasn't going to worry about it. But I didn't think I'd be able to get a good view from my balcony. Not the 4th of July where they do it. Sometimes they'll do rockets over the red, and I'll get a great view of that. But I don't always know when that is, when they do that, you know. But listen, I know there's a lot of people that couldn't make it down here.
That's what you just said.
Somebody was going to come to the party, but they needed to stay home and take care of someone in their household that had just come from the hospital. I wish them the best. I really do. The company that I had over, you know, we ate our food, and then you know what happens when you eat a lot of chicken and stuff. You get like a little nappish. You just want to, like, a lot of carbs and stuff. You just want to go take a nap. And none of us really like large crowds or noises. I'm starting to think that in concerts and large venues that I actually do like crowds. I've kind of evolved in that. But they had all this stuff going on down here that went on. But they do this the first Friday of every month as they decide what the light pattern on the bridge is going to be. And they change it every month. And, you know, I'll come down here sometime and check out the lights. I don't do it as much as I used to. When the weather's better, I'm more apt to do that. I'm also able to get to the gym a little bit more often. My friend Mike and I are hitting the gym 2, sometimes 3 times a week, but at least 2 times a week. And so that's, on those nights, I definitely don't need to take long walks around. But if I ever need to really do those health walks, mostly these days it's for mental maintenance of my mental stability, you know. Tonight would not have been a good time for mentalness. But, okay, I'm gonna pause the video, get myself back home. Hang on. I do see they had cotton candy and snow cones down here, so I had to take a quick capture of that. Okay, now I actually am going home. Check this out. This must be what it's like to walk tens of thousands of miles or whatever to come to a new land. That's so cool. As we were all leaving the river and we were all leaving together in a walking parade, a caravan or something like that, in that group experience, that must be what it's like to march for a cause or to you know, be on a pilgrimage to the border of a foreign land or something. You gotta get these guys. I'm gonna sneak it. I'm gonna be stealthy, but not really. It is, after all, a Friday night. I kind of love coming down on a weekend, on a Friday night, and just like witnessing the strip as it happens, and just the cruising and stuff. There's a little bit more of it going on tonight because of 4th of July. But yeah, there's stuff going on down here pretty damn frequently. Around this whole section back there, there's like I guess maybe a T-zone of clubs of what used to be the red light district under the bridge on Commerce Street. So yeah, you know, when I was in my late teens, like 19 and going into my 20s, I spent okay, so I don't know who that was. I spent a lot of time in the French Quarter down in New Orleans, and just you know, hitting the town and just being a part of it and everything. And I do love that scene. I still do. I still love to party. Still love to just you know, rock out and all of it. I just do it without drugs, you know. And also that includes alcohol. Does not include nicotine, although really mostly it does, because I hardly ever smoke cigarettes. So I can't say I'm entirely a non-smoker, but yeah, so I mean, life is about having fun, and I still have a lot of fun things coming up in the next few months. We'll be seeing some fun things on this channel that I'll be enjoying. A little bit more hyped up this year because you know, I try to do a trip, at least one trip somewhere every year. I can't always be I'm not a jet setter because I hate to fly, but you know, yeah, but I'm excited. I've already talked about this. I get to take a cruise in September, so that's probably about 3 or 4 months off. And then I'm so sure that I'm going to like it that I've already started booking the cruise that I want to take next year. But that cruise, well, I'm not going to spoil that. That's a little too far off for me to talk about it, and that's going to be a restraint so I don't sound too overly eager. Besides, I've never actually been on a cruise before. What if I go take the cruise and it's like, oh my god, this sucks? Then what would I have to talk about on the next cruise? But no, it should be fun. Okay, let me pause the video and finish getting home. It really doesn't take me that long. All I really have to do is come over to Texas Street, come straight up a few blocks, and then I'm in my own area of downtown. It's hard to tell, but it's a beautiful half moon out tonight. If I try to zoom in, it's going to really show up like a full moon, but it's a lovely half moon, just over a half moon or whatever. It equates to what would be a half moon. Stuff going on all up and down Texas Street. You guys excited for the Superman movie coming up next week? I am. I'm trying to avoid any sort of... I've already gotten some spoilers. This is one of G-Unit spots, 50 Cent.
What we got going, school?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, so we like that. Well, I do. I appreciate the fact that he's down here doing great stuff. So I was an officer of the law, speaking to me, calling me Scoob. Whatever. I love being a part of stuff. So, just being a part of a community. And, I don't know, if I could say to anybody, especially coming into young adulthood, and maybe you don't know what your life is going to look like, don't be afraid to chase a star. And if you're in a situation where you have no other option but to escape, but to run away, don't be afraid to do that. But whatever your course, get someplace. It took me forever to realize. I already knew that I had roots here in Shreveport. I mean, I tried to escape them most of my, it wasn't trying to escape them. It's just I got a taste of fun life elsewhere. It's okay to have life settle wherever it is, somewhere that suits you. And then when you get some wanderlust, set some reserve aside. Take trips, even extended vacations or whatever if you have to. If you're a single person or, a young couple or something, it's perfectly fine to be nomadic and roam around and do whatever. But, I don't know. At some point, if you ever get the chance, if you're wandering, and not all who wander are lost, that is true. But if you are wandering, once you get someplace, if you are fortunate enough to get someplace where you can find a place to anchor, to get a foundation, to really just grow some roots, basically. Once you do that, you will realize that that's the greatest blessing of all. It's a sense of home, be it ever so humble. I'm almost home. I'll see you there. I once was in a play called Flowers at Midnight. I played the big monster. You would have thought Count Dracula in that play. He was sort of the focus of the play, but he was finding his humanity again. He was still a vampire, but he was finding his heart. You know what? Even in the novel, he had a heart. I mean, he was not human. He didn't have the heart of a human, but he did feel emotion. It was a love story, a twisted one, but yeah. But so in the play that I was in, Thomas Buckner, who wrote the play Flowers at Midnight, he wrote it to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the publication of the novel Dracula, and set it 10 years after the events in the novel. And I played just a basic soap opera melodramatic villain, just apt to he had once again found someone who reminded him of his love in the woman that I was after. But I was after her not because I loved her. I was after her because I wanted her family's fortune, because I and my uncle and my twisted sister, we had squandered our family fortunes, and we were just, you know what I mean? I was kind of in that, I was still in office at the uncle's company, but of course I was trying to, it was a great play, Flowers at Midnight. And I did the second, they did the original show, and then a couple of years later they did the show again, and I got to play Richard Octavius Hargrove the third. Man, he should have went with Octavius. They should have went with the eighth. That would have been, but that would have been a little bit too comical. But there was some levity in the play, but not very much. And I got to be, out of all the cantankerous people in that play, I got to be the most evil, and I loved it. The best thing about not having fireworks over at my apartment, my friend's daughter had fireworks, and I was gonna invite her to bring them over to the apartment, but she decided to stay home and pop it with their neighbor, and that was cool. Best thing about it is that I absolutely do not have to be responsible for the cleanup tomorrow at all, in the yards, the streets, or anything. Yay. Oh. left the lights on and stuff because I wasn't quite sure how short or long it was going to be, but I wanted some cool air when I got in. I knew that. Okay. What are we doing here? Haha. Yeah, cool. I did tell you that there was going to be possibly some music, and there will be. Hang on. Hey there, and yay, I did promise you some music. I said there'd probably be some music. It's almost not a promise, it's more like maybe a promise, but yeah, there's gonna be some music. And guitar's tuned, and I'm home from the fireworks. And my very first patriotic song, You're a Grand Old Flag, the one that I thought I should have a kazoo to play because in 7th grade, I had to play a kazoo along with a lot of patriotic songs. Because this song, yeah, you do that, you have a kazoo choir or whatever, but never again. Your grand old flag. Wait, that's terrible. That's way too flat. Let me see. You're a grand old flag. You're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true to the red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or a brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on that grand old flag. But so at this point we'd play kazoos along with it, and then we'd come back in or whatever, I don't know. Maybe we'd play kazoos and then repeat the whole thing. I don't remember the routine. Hang tight. Hi there. Again, and so this is my second song. Maybe I should I'll just do the first stanza. I'm not going to do like this whole thing. But what I like about this song, it's a very patriotic song. I am a patriot. I have been ever since I've learned what it was to be an American. Someone mentioned something to me. It was a first grade teacher when I was in first grade at Waller Elementary School. This teacher, Miss Val, she had me out in the hallway whipping my ass with a paddle, paddling my ass with a paddle. Almost every day, it seems like. Sometimes even calling my sister, my older sister, to witness it. And I never knew why. They never, sometimes you just maybe, I don't know. I do not know why this teacher had the inability to just remind me to why did every remind, because that'd be about the only thing, is maybe I would be talking too loud or something like that. But everybody talked in that class. But the only thing you do in that situation is you have your children, you give them a reminder, hey, shh, stop, you're talking. And if it's too disruptive, then you maybe have a conference and you say maybe the child's not right for this class or something, but you don't have them out there whooping their ass every day with the paddle. But she did at one point talk about what it was to be, we talked about some early geography. I remember thinking she was talking about where Louisiana was on the United States map. Instead, it said it looked kind of like a boot. You know what else looks like a boot? Anything that looks like a panhandle to me looked like a boot back then. I have a very abstract mind where I see the way that mythologists look at stars, and I can see specks and my mind can connect dots and create pictures. And so there were just anywhere along the coastline, I could find shapes that looked like a boot. Yeah. Anyway, she taught me what it was, and I must have listened that day to be an American patriot. And this song reminds me that I am a patriot to my country, not to a monarch, not to anything, but the spirit of my United States of America. Where's my where are we? There we go. First stanza. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's Pride, from every mountainside let freedom be. Oh, one more time. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's Pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. Oh well, maybe that's about as good as it's gonna get right now on that one. I didn't warm up first. Whatever. Okay. I got phlegm, I got an extended uvula, and all sorts of reasons as to why I can't carry perfect pitch. Actually, I do a lot of harmony when let freedom ring. I do better when I'm not trying to work two muscle groups, one to sing with and one to play with. Bite me. Hold on. It's my American privilege to invite you to bite me. And of course, I had to do a little bit of this one. These songs are a lot. There's a lot more to these songs. There are many more stanzas than what we learn as anthems. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. And that's always been one of my favorites. I hope these aren't too annoying. Well, now this is a song I do not do as a faithful rendition, but I don't know too many people who do. But of course it is one of my favorites, and if I tell you that it actually has its origins in being a pub drinking song that people would sing a song to these chords, and I don't know if I'm certain it's not the same lyrics, but yeah. And there's a story about its incarnation, that there was it was kind of just the whole American, lure and everything that we get when we're young, and that the song was an ode to a specific battle in which, the flag at the end of this battle was still standing. And that emboldened the forces for the American states, that the 13, the colonists, to hold steadfast, and therefore there was a country. Anyway, that's the lore of it, somewhat, and like it was kind of a, that's, can you tell me, is the flag still standing? Is the flag still there? But this is the Star Spangled Banner, and many verses, and I certainly understand after seeing some of the later verses how some of those verses that are not the actual anthem, I guess not traditionally that we sing, I see why they could be problematic for some people, and I don't do those songs, I don't do those stanzas, but I do like the ones that we grew up with, that first stanza that tells us, that we sing of, to tell us, just to set the tone for the formation and continuation of the United States of America. And I think of these lyrics also as a testament of how we evolve, and evolution is our strength. And so too, and I can't tell people how to think or how to feel about what's happened in the past of America, as well as in the rest of the world. What I can say is look to our present and look to our future, and see the growth and see the potential for even future growth, and maybe that can hurry some more of that unification that we want so much. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? That note and the home of the brave, or the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Oh, hey, I've heard worse. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a sing-along of patriotic songs to close out this 4th of July. And, hang tight. I have to go get, we're not over yet. I want to finish with my dessert. I want to have a cheers of dessert with you. And so I will tell you that, of course, I had some people come over. We did some, I did some Church's chicken. That was, and basically Mike and his lady, Mindy, came over. And yeah, what happened was Mindy's vegan, so we just basically had a boatload of chicken. But I bought a lot because I know that chicken is like really good for my keto, the opposite of a vegan diet, basically, and that it's just as cheap, really. Uh, when you're at like a place like that, you may as well just go ahead and buy the big bundle, and have that, because it's just as cheap to do that as it would be to buy that much in, say, chicken, and then buy your breading and your eggs and everything that you want to make a fried chicken. If you're going to make that much fried chicken, it's just as cheap to buy it that percent. Not done fried chicken. I make fried chicken, but I make it in smaller batches most of the time, enough to feed a few people. But I bought like buku amount of chicken. But anyway, let's take a look at this dessert, which is, forgive the table if you see it and it's disorderly. It's later at night. I saved my dessert because I did get full at dinner, and I wanted to kind of close out my evening closer to midnight. I thought maybe I could push this back to after midnight for a calorie count, but I'm not going to make it. I'm going to go ahead and have the dessert now. It's just a store-bought cheesecake, but I've drizzled a little bit of caramel sauce and a little bit of chocolate sauce. A little bit of just a little something like that can really set off your dessert and make it a little bit more, So just take a little sauce, pour it onto the plate, and then set your dessert on it. If you have a couple of raspberries, blueberries, or something like that, wonderful also. So there we go. A walk, a fireworks show, a little mini patriotic concert, and then a tip on the service of dessert and cheesecake. Anyone who is not opposed to meat products will love a good cheesecake. I've got to find some really cool vegan desserts for my friend Mindy, who doesn't eat meat products. I care about her, and I want her to feel at home. Okay. Love and light. I love you, truly. God bless. And good night.